region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Assad is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, furtive. He said, and I quote, "I am not a magician. Forgetting words are like egg. Once broken, they are gone. Once spoken, they remain indelible in the heart of man." Come to think of it, do they have the powers, the spiritualism, the abracadabra, the voodoo to perform the magic, and as well transmogrifically transmute and transfigurate this ugly, debilitating, and exasperating situation? I saw it. The locution, "I am not a magician." In its jocularity in quote 1. 2, the uncircumscribed bluster, and in a vituperative ululation. I saw it in their hocus pocus explicandum, explication, elucidation, where we thought the shibboleth was a travesty and a parody to lampoon the masses expected a limousine from the government. After the miserly, the niggardly, the chaser-peering, the penurious, and the parsimonious, that I will say and remind us at this point in time that this is democracy. The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not oligarchy, plutocracy, and aristocracy. The catchword, the byword, the shibboleth, the locution, the conversion, the paroxysm, the spasm are counterintuitively excruciating, malodorous, horrendous, odoriferous, and odorous. But I pray that is so much acclimatized transmogrification, is so much acclimatized transmutation. It's not an act of sarcasm. Could it be that we are heading for better days? Could it be the political Moses that will take us to the promised land? Only on this note will I koto in Japoho, or else I will not koto in Japoho. It's in a political hogomondogos way. Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating, lobotomizing, and ignominious political muahaha, political yoho, political holy-poly. Tell Mr. President, we are tired of the mendacilloquence, prostitute, and Zabanism. Yes, mendacilloquence, telling lies in an awful way, prostitute, propaganda. And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, impedimental, combustible, and volatile lemma in its maximum exoneration reminds me of the biblical Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. What germinated the abnegation and repudiation? What an academic muahaha, academic yo-ho-ho, caused by these political yo-yos, political yobos, in their leadership rococo, leadership rababaration, in conjunction with administrative bemusement, holy-poly, and discombobulation, in their obstreperous, malevolent shenanigan and hocus-pocus agenda. Your boo-boo has poo-pooed into your business. The bifurcation and abdication of the vision in the name of honorificability to the nitatibus, just to score cheap political points. Then floxina, sinihilipilificating. You see, distilled tea, politicos of torrent rodomontates and defalcators that you and I know. The lab notation of their eleemosinaries, ostentatious and libidinous lifestyle shows that they are out. Oh, obliteration, mutilation, decapitation. Say no to this academic bantigism, academic noctambulism, and academic malocclusion, which their children are not part of. It's in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus-pocus you have come with. What a political jabberwock. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pentinacious circumlocution. Accept my pentinacious circumambagous grandiloquence and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not koto in Japoho. I will refuse to koto in Japoho. Thank you. This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum, balderdash, and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian, logomanian, that it is crystal clear, like the biblical menemeneteke you've seen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. Has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. That this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. That this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. That this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. That this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in Japoho.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country. so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
God to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every one, but the same God who instructs the ruler, the despot, the dictator, the tyrant to repent. Otherwise, his wrath will befall the tyrant. And you know the tyrant. It's another day, great day. We are grateful to him. And thank you all for coming on. Is the weekend. You've been with us from Monday to Friday, putting in everything, your time, energy, and resources. We appreciate all of you. You're so massive, so extraordinary, so great, man. Emmanuel Gwe, Japan Freeway, Kogwe Wida, Kakata, Magibi County, Masale Ibrahim, Grand Cape Mount, B Mountain, Kenjo, Mato, Puyo, Batnersville Estate. Yes, the day is fine. Thank God for life, Mato. Thank you for asking. I hope you are good also. Emmanuel Ricks, District 13, Bassatown Road. That's Bassatown, Jamaica Road. God sent Weah, Georgia, Oldfield, New Georgia, Oldfield. Musa A. Sharif, Congo Town, Prince Coleman, Junior Sequoia, Galley Street, Intercession, Christopher Bernard, Duazon, Lower Magibi County, Abraham K. Swain, Chicken Soup Factory, Gulf Community, Princess, Elpidets, Guntat City, Nima County, Wella Weah, New Georgia, Caldwell, Sebastian Toll, Smite Roll, your residents, Stephen Yakadi, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Dugwaman, Harrods, Massachusetts, USA, Nathan Page, Kakata, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, J. Henry Nan, Fender, Carfield, Hilton Leggero, Greenville, Sino County, Stephen, that's Saturday Woodaway, Georgia, Atlanta, USA, Abraham Kurma, I Am Factory, Community, your residents, Honorable J.D. Williams, Johnsonville, Honorable Stephen, Cashment, Ruben Connell, Emmanuel Broad, Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA, Bakai Joshua, District 6, GSA Road, Jack Foley Tombikai, Broadville, Bible College Junction, Heron T. Toad, Caldwell, Young Sedition, Ruben Mantale, Coca-Cola Factory, your residents, Rita Christine Haight, Massachusetts, USA, Joshua Kringer, Douala, Butchero Island, Limone Daniels, Cox City, Prince Colette, Benson Street, Jumon Colley, your business center, Jukonti Che, also. Great people. Yes, thank you all for coming on. My dear sister, Orita Sunday Way Choir, you are faring well, I know, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate all that you do, the pieces of advice and everything. Hope that you are faring well. The chairman himself, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, Olatupan, the common citizen, the chairman for life, the chairman that cuts across all race, creed, color, the chairman that transcends border, chairman, Block 13 Intellectual Center, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, Olatupan, for short. Good to have you on, Mr. Chairman. All of you great people, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. Your presence is so inspiring. It's Friday, not much on our plate. And then what we've got, we out. So let's go out of Liberia briefly. Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, said in an interview with Nakotan, chief executive of Norway's Sovereign Wealth Fund, that powerful fuel importers try to frustrate his 20 billion refinery project in Nigeria. Speaking on Targent in Good Company podcast, he pointed to local actors who benefited from the subsidy structure. He described a system where fuel allocation created enormous profits for a select few. According to businessman Insider Africa, there are also the local people because fuel was subsidized. So very few people are getting allocation. So they are making billions of naira, he's quoted. Zambia has allowed 2 copper producers to resume limited sulfuric acid exports to the Democratic Republic of Congo after local supplies improved. In an exclusive interview with Reuters, Trade Minister Chipoka Monlunga said, Chambochi copper smelter and Mopanin copper mines can restart shipments, but only in limited amounts to protect Zambia's domestic market. And 2 Ghanaian brothers and a woman from the United States have been indicted over an alleged romance fraud scheme targeting elderly Americans. U.S. prosecutors named the accused as Jamal Abubakari, Kamel Abubakari, and Amanda Joy Opoku Boachi. All 3 were arrested in Virginia and remain in custody. Prosecutors say the suspects used fake online identity on dating sites and social media to build romantic relationships with victims, then persuaded them to send money by wire transfer. The indictment alleges some of the money was later sent to accomplices in Ghana and elsewhere. The three face charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. And I can tell you, you know, then I know much how many Liberians, and out of the country have been victimized. They've given into such a scam because of their desire. They want a relationship. They want good relationship. They want to get out of Liberia. They want this kind of life, that kind of life. So people use their professionalism to exploit them. They use their professionalism. Please understand professionalism as any creative means, any skill that one possesses and uses to get for himself or herself anything that he or she wants. Don't understand professionalism to mean people only in office, or you disagree and say why Sam Andrews is calling those people professional. No, look up the word professionalism or professional. It's just a reference for skill acquired and how one uses that skill. Professionalism also is not only for the footballers. What you see on the field, those guys are using their skill. When you're saying professional footballer, you're saying the skill, the creativity, the innovation, the strength, everything with a goal to achieve. So the same way, you have people scheming people. What are they using? They're using their skill, their innovation, their creativity, their vision, and then they experiment, and then they go with the plan, and they are successful. Even if you will reference the guys who do a number of things, they are professionals. Many have to go about doing it. So many have fallen victims. And it's something that is hard to control. People, governments around the world try to bring it under control. They've tried, been successful in many attempts, but it is still on a considerable scale, because when you think you have neutralized a plan, they regroup with another idea within that same space to get what they can get or who they can exploit, use, abuse, and profit. The ladies and men here in Liberia who want quote unquote good life, not satisfied with their present condition, want to go to the United States, Britain, France, Germany, Italy for good life, you have to be very careful. The internet is good, but part of the internet, people use it to bully. They use it to get people doing what they want. They use it for scamming. And this is where your thinking has to be strong enough. Otherwise than that, you will fall in. Because listen, they can present heaven to you, and you will believe that it's heaven. You know how many people in this country have been victimized, how many countless used, exploited, because not that they just gave in, it's because most don't understand. One, the internet has several facets. Two, most of the people, and please, this is not an outright condemnation, but this is a candid observation, because the internet is all about you are communicating with the device is communicating with you. Most of the people, from my observation, have been used, bullied in different ways because of lack of comprehension or inability to read and understand well, or put the two together. lacking the ability to read. And when you have not the ability to read, you can comprehend, because you must firstly have the ability to read, then you know what you are reading. So most part of our society is victimized, used, and abused because most of the people, boys, girls, don't know how to read, least to talk about comprehension. But yet there is the preference, the desire for the device, the phones, and every other thing, which is good, but you want to be careful. So let's get to what we've got, just so that we could advise ourselves on that. Let's get to our first pointer.
Let me just make something very quick and clear. The last time the Solicitor General came here and told you people that the defendants in this case have confessed to the crime, that is a lie. It's not true. No one confessed to a crime. There is a difference between confession to criminality, and making a point. Confession to the crime means the man is admitting to the crimes in the indictment that he committed the offense. That is not the case. What happened in this case is that there is a statutory function, or there were statutory functions that were carried out by the former Minister of Finance. That is under section 14.2 of the Public Finance Law. The law says that the Minister of Finance has the authority, statutory authority, to authorize payments that have been recommended by any of the branches of government within the budget, or authorized within the budgetary laws of Liberia. And that is exactly what the Minister of Finance have done. And that payment was made to the appropriate administrative agency that was authorized at the level of the National Security Council by the President of Liberia at the time, His Excellency George Manneh Weah. And so on the basis of this, no one should criminalize when the Solicitor General comes out and says that was confession. That's not confession. Confession is all of the allegations that have been made. Yes, we agree, we the one committed. No, there was no crime here. There was a statutory function that was carried out, and it had been criminalized. So we want to make that clear. If the Solicitor General agrees with what he said the last time, that the defendants are confessed to the crime, then why are we selecting jurors? So that is to tell you that what the Justice Minister was intending to do at the time, we call a trial by TV and trial by Facebook. The perception is to get the perception of the sentiments of potential jurors who will be coming to come with the cloud of the mind to say that if you owe the people are confessed to the crime. There is no confession to crime. If there was confession to crime, we not select jurors. Today, there will be a date of sentencing. So that's not true. There was no criminality, and we still want to reiterate that the action of these defendants was a national security action. The actions of the defendants were national security actions and responsibilities that were carried out. Those actions that were carried out were statutory functions that were responsible to keep the stability of this country during the period of the elections. The peace we enjoy today was based on the statutory expression of the mandate of the finance minister being authorized by the National Security Council, which exists within the office of the president. That's the character we wanted to make.
The acquittal of former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Tweh would not go down anytime soon. It will remain trending, not because of the character associated with it or involved fully, but Unity Party defeat that it's hurting. Secondly, it will not go to bed anytime soon, because as we have always told you people, that if Unity Party cannot get a guilty verdict against Tweh, they must get it against another person or persons, but they must get it at all costs at Samuel Twe, given his profile, his personality. They will be in the position to make a case whenever they are speaking about corruption. As it stands, President Joseph Yeman Boakai cannot brag, boast, rant of corruption or the fight against corruption. Neither can his people. Why? Because they have been defeated. What they were hoping on, what they wanted, to get a guilty verdict against Samuel Twe, and that would be a sweet spice of any gathering in which they will be talking about the fight against corruption going into 2029. Campaign opens. We have told you people, and that is the reality. I do not know how I can explain this simply, but that is it. Put on your political cap, put on your observatory cap. They are not only vexed. They are vexed because they will not be in the position to make a case against anything of the fight against corruption. Yeah, what they had wanted, the plan, get a guilty verdict against Samuel Twe. He is a high-profile person. He served as Minister of Finance of the Republic of Liberia. He is a stalwart of the Congress for Democratic Change, a decision maker. Such a big fetch, guilty verdict against him, we are in a poor position or in a good position to make a case in the fight against corruption that the public would believe us. And yet, how they had wanted it, had a guilty verdict come against Samuel Twe, they will use that as a reference. That they will be using as reference. President Boakai is serious in the fight against corruption. The president is leaving no stone unturned in the fight against corruption. You can see what the government did by bringing a guilty verdict, or the grand jury found Samuel Twe guilty. And we've always told you that the CDC government took this country down war by corruption and a lot more. That's what they wanted. Had the grand jury found Samuel Twe guilty, that would have been a forceful, aggressive, convincing message of Unity Party going in to any gatherings in 2029. Because that did not happen, you sense the anger, the vexation. Now, they immediately communicated with the assets recovery team and say, bring something up against this man. Please watch the trend of event again. The same pattern of the economic sabotage case, the same pattern of the assets recovery or the 20.5 million rice subsidy case or hearing. They are not concerned about the other individuals. They are not concerned about them. The economic sabotage case, they were not concerned about Yan Twine, Jefferson Camo, and the rest of the people. Those names were infinitesimal. They were not significant to them. Only one name resonated with them, with a decision that he be found guilty. Twe. Jefferson Camo, Yanti Twain, and the rest of the people, they are names, but not names at that level to make a case against the fight of corruption. So the plan amongst all of those guys, the topical name, the high-profile name, Samuel Twe. Assume the rest of the guys are acquitted. Samuel Twe, guilty. Do you think we're going to read, talk about Unity Party officials' reaction, questioning the court, questioning the judge, handling of the case, calling for the removal of the justice minister? Will we have seen that? No. Because those names in there, as far as they're concerned, those names are insignificant. Because the name Samuel Twe came as the stand-out, non-guilty name, vexation set in. Focus on the 20.5 million rice subsidy. There are several names within there, several names. They are not concerned. Have you heard them talking about those names? They want those names to be indicted, found guilty, assets recovery should move as quickly as possible. They're not talking about those names because those names are insignificant to them. What name they are focusing on in the 20.5 million? Samuel Twe. What that tells you, at all costs, they want this man to go to jail. When he's found guilty, then we can make a case. Whenever Bwaka is talking about corruption, he will reference that. Whenever Unity Party officials talking about corruption, they will reference that. They have nothing to reference. If they will ever reference anything, a defeat. They know that they are losing gradually public confidence in the fight against corruption. So they're trying the best they can to get Twe indicted, guilty, sent to jail. Then you will hear them proudly saying or using that as a reference. That's the game. But guess what? Unity Party have never known how to go out with a plan. They talk a lot, they brag a lot, but they are not sophisticated with executing plan. They always expose their intent before they can even get to executing. Yesterday, the Congress for Democratic Change held a news conference. In that news conference, Mamansi Kaba delivered read the statement of the party. And in there, she said, Unity Party government, through LPRC Managing Director, who is also the Secretary General of the Congress of Unity Party, Amos Twe, made a bribe, attempted a bribe. She was specific with the amount, $275,000 United States dollars. No sooner has she ended, again, uneasiness, emotion ran high within Unity Party people. Their conscience, you could tell that their conscience wasn't clear. the Secretary General and FPRC Managing Director, Amos Twere, came out to confirm what we have always said institutionally. Kings FM is definitive because that is the reality we're saying. We've analyzed all of the political variables and we've come to the conclusion, and our conclusion matches the reality because Unity Party cannot make a case. They cannot speak against corruption. They cannot bribe against corruption. They cannot do anything because they have nobody guilty. They want people guilty, or they want a big fish guilty from CDC. Then they are energized to make it. Right now, I challenge President Joseph Yuma Boaka to stand and proudly boast of the fight against corruption. President Boaka consciously can never ever do it. Had a guilty verdict come against Samuel Twere, President Boaka will have given a news conference. He will have given a news conference. If God will just reverse time, you'll hear Boaka giving a news conference. But he cannot because he has nothing. President Boaka, we maintain, is still vexed. And all Unity Party people, officials, are still vexed. So it is not about prosecution, but persecution. Even though they try to deviate from that word, saying we are not persecuting, we are prosecuting. If you know the meaning of the two words, the etymology of the two words, and you look at Unity Party approach, no doubt you will conclude, and your conclusion will be very right, that they are persecuting. They are not persecuting. Listen, you have to reason and do extensive research. Unity Party telling you people, we are not persecuting. We are not doing this. We are not doing that. But everything that is associated with persecution, you see all of those signs within this thing. The only thing they are not doing, as far as we know of persecution, the only thing they are not doing is to put Samuel Twere on the gallows or to crucify him. But every other thing associated with persecution, they are doing it. So they're coming up. Please read their post, analyze it. They are coming up and think that they are clever. They think that nobody in the country educated, only they alone educated. So they are the only ones know words, meaning of words, history of words. So they are saying, no, we're not persecuting Twere. We're not persecuting Twere. They're not saying we're not persecuting Twere, Jefferson Camo, Yanti Twine, and the other people. They're focusing on one name still. We're not persecuting Twere. It is a persecution. What I'm saying to you by this, the FPRC boss added spice to what we have been saying, that the target, the plan, the objective, get Twere, get a guilty verdict against Twere, get him into jail, and then we can make a case. Do you know, I said it yesterday, the police cannot deny it. Do you know that they had a team, a police emergency team on a standby just in case a guilty verdict was brought against Twere, to move in immediately and then wait him at Central Prison? They had that in place. It was a plan. Listen, it was a plan. Everything was set. Everything was set. They were convinced. Every Unity Party person was convinced. To the extent that the Solicitor General, Augustine Fire, stooped so low by saying the case is over, the man is guilty, he will go to jail. They stole the money. They ate the money. They carried the money to their hearts. When Mama Sikaba made that revelation, their conscience pricked them again. What did Amos 12 say? He said, the rest of the things he said, he reacted to it, but that is not my concern. As news people, we pick up the news in a person's statement or what happened. He reacted, saying what he could say with the other things, not important to me. What is important as a news person and as a talk show host, the last line is the news. Hear what he said. That case is not over yet. That case is not over yet. Unity Party Secretary General Amos 12 is telling the country and the rest of the world, our plan is to get 12 in jail. And since the grand jury, for whatever the reason, they brought acquittal verdict against 12, it is not over. We are finding every means we can within our reach, within our power to indict, to bring down a guilty verdict. We want to get this man in jail because when we get in jail, it will be a good thing. We will be in a good position to talk about President Bouaka fight against corruption. He said, the case is not over yet. This is wrong. You cannot be a party official and saying this. If this was imagine, just go back into time, the former Chief Justice, the removed Chief Justice Kabina Janin, look at that situation, look at that scene, and watch Unity Party people, how they were reacting. They were on their side, lambasting the CDC government, saying this, saying that, saying that. The party, you can be a party chairman. You saying this, you can be a party chairman, you say that. Here is the Secretary General of Unity Party saying the case is not over. Meaning to go or he calm down. We will still remove him. Not remove, rather, sorry, but bring down or send him to jail. He said that case is not over yet. He's not speaking as a lower person in the party. If you are a male person in the party, you say, I didn't want listening to. But this is the Secretary General. He's within the nuclear. He speaks to the president regularly. The president calls him regularly. He has direct access to the president from a party perspective. So he is involved with high-profile meetings of Unity Party of the government. If the Secretary General of the party can come up to tell you the case is not over yet, he has confirmed what we have always said institutionally, that the plan is to get Samuel Tuer in jail. When they get Samuel Tuer in jail, then they will be bragging and boasting that Bouaka is fighting corruption, as evident by former Finance Minister Samuel Tuer found guilty in jail. The president is going all out. The president is this, the president that. But now they cannot. They cannot. They should not have come from the party's Secretary General. Moreover, here is the next personality of Unity Party, who said their conscience not clear, people. Their conscience not clear. Didn't. I want you to listen to Mo Ali. Mo Ali made a statement, just this one, and then we are out of this, on the persecution. They will call all their people. They have ganged up against Samuel Twe. Why Samuel Twe was not sent to jail? They've called in all of their people. Had the grand jury brought guilty verdict against Twe, you will not have seen all of these people who are quoting laws here and there, acting like they know the law more than the people themselves. They're saying all kinds of stuff. Politicians just, you not. What did Mo Ali say? He said they are not persecuting Samuel Twe. They are going for justice. Then, in that same statement, he said, we don't want to, I'm not quoting him word for word, I'm quoting him. His line was interesting. He said, we don't want to destroy the peace of this country. He knows that the path they are treaded, he sensed the anger, the hate, and the people are ready for any eventuality. He soon realized that what they did to CDC, that the people are not doing all of those things, but it doesn't say they do not. He soon realized that the people, the opposition, have men that can cause chaos, can cause this place to be ungovernable, just how they did. He sensed that supporters of Twe, supporters of the opposition, were getting ready. So they decided to move with a psychological approach, think that they are more sound. We're not persecuting Twe. We want the peace of this country, the peace of this. That's what he said. They will have to drop that hate, that pettiness, that envy, and move on. Accept the result. Nothing more, nothing less. Accept the result. They can call all the people. Samuel Twe will move over there. It's scheduled for the 19th of May, and he will explain himself. They can do whatever they can. It's up to them. He said the government did not go to persecute. Did not go to persecute. There are two words. The two words start with P. Prosecute. Prosecute and persecute. Did not go to persecute Twe. But that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing all over the place. All right. So, you know, in Wilmington, President Boakai does not have. Boakai can go anywhere to talk about corruption. He can, because they wanted that guilty verdict. So they'll be in a good position, and the people will hear them and say, oh yeah, the president read Samuel Twe in jail. Samuel Twe, oh, CDC there, CDC there. Because they lie. So the lie has catch up with them. The lie that CDC damaged the country. They cannot prove anything. They lie that CDC, that George Weah killed 3 auditors. They open investigation. CDC said we open to the investigation. You go ahead to investigate. Nothing can come. They cannot prove anything. They came back to say they're not true. All of the claims they brought against George Weah and CDC, they cannot. So they are ashamed. They have nothing absolutely to use against CDC. They know that time is not in their favor. So they feel that let us do something. Let us have something. All that we have said against this George Weah man and his party, we have been unable to prove a single. Hence, if we continue this way, we will lose public confidence. And do you know that they are losing public confidence because the people know that they've lied? When you tell people something bad about another person and you cannot prove it, they know that you are the wicked person. They can talk about corruption. So there's 20.5 million. Again, Samuel Tuah will defeat them. They want to get Tuah in jail, and they will use that as a campaign message that the fight against corruption is this and that. The day Bouaga get out of this country will be the first thing he will do. He will, every gathering, he will speak of it. That my government is fighting corruption, my government is doing that. And the court indicted former finance minister Samuel Tuah. He's in jail. We will go after, we'll do this. As I promise you, we'll go after former government officials. He can. It's so sad, so pathetic. But this is Unity Party from time to time. If you've known Unity Party from the very first day of, the very first day, I'm not saying the founding, from the very moment Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took over, Unity Party became vindictive, grudge-driven, killing machine, undermining, doing everything that just Unity Party. They look at their corridor. Nothing positive is associated with Unity Party. Check the record. The records are here. Please, I beg you. You look at it. You look at it. Thank God we are in the age of technology. You can sit on the repository of Knowledge Core, the internet, ask for party's record. You can ask for party record. They will give to you. Just Google Unity Party record. From this time to this time, you will see who brought war in this country, who announced that she gave money. And that money led to what? The destruction of several, the death of thousands of people, internally displaced, thousands, who attempted killing George Weah at the party headquarters, Unity Party. They thought that George Weah was on the stage. Who was the target? George Weah. And on we can go. If you are a Unity Party person, listen, I know your situation, but just pray yourself out of Unity Party. Pray yourself out. You think that you people can condemn CDC. Every claim that you brought against CDC, I do not know whether they did that or not, but those are what we heard from you, Unity Party people. You say CDC killed. Unity Party did the same. Must we go and start naming? We have it from one all the way to this day. Unity Party is a grudge-keeping party. Yeah, was Samuel Tuah. They doing everything they can. But that case, they will not use Samuel Tuah as the spies to their fight against corruption. Because corruption is under the president's feet, his very office. Corruption is in various ministries and agencies. Corruption everywhere. How can the president say there's no business as usual? They're going after people, going after, and the president stuff is selective. Only going after. So thanks to Amos Tuah for exposing. Yeah, Amos Tuah say the case ain't over. So Samuel Tuah go up, he cannot will make sure he goes to jail. The Unity Party there. Just so you know. Let me ask you this question. What is the status of Samuel Jackson case? Have you heard anything lately? Again, Unity Party hung on that because Samuel Jackson was sitting on Spoon Talk, critical of the government, member of an opposition political party, ANC. When they heard that, they ran in again, they pressed Chakla all over. What is the status of that case today? Well, we'll give you an update next week. Just start to refresh your Your mind, what is it? It's hanging. It's hanging. They left all those things that they ought to concentrate on, equally important matters. They left it. They turned to Samuel 12. When the Samuel 12 issue came up, no, Samuel Jackson, alleged murder trial, important, hold on. We want to ensure that this man goes to jail. When we get Samuel 12 in jail, then we can turn to the other issues all around us. But listen, when you have a devilish heart, when you are demonized, when you are satanic, your plan will never ever work. You will think that it's working. Along the way, God himself comes along to expose you. That's what it is with Unity Party. The Congress for Democratic Change announced in their press conference yesterday of their event in Grand Gila County. Yeah, is it? They think that they can politicize the atmosphere. They can put the people of Grand Gila County against George Weah and the Congress of Democratic Change. So the country is for everybody. This is not Unity Party dynasty. This is not Unity Party's house. This is the Republic of Liberia, that every citizen or citizens have the right to move in and out as per their wish, their ability, and everything. Individual and institution. They announced their 22nd anniversary, which comes up in June in Grand Gila County. A person can choose where to have his or her gathering. An institution can decide where it finds it necessary to have its gathering. So they announced Grand Gila. The hung on that, they are saying no, because CDC was in power for 6 years. They did not fix Grand Gila Road too petty. Bouaka fixed the road. Based on that, they're going to Grand Gila. As if Joseph Yema Bouaka and Unity Party rendering favor to the country. When CDC officials and the president himself then will talk about their progress, Unity Party in opposition, what were they saying? That, oh, George Weah should not take credit for it. It's an obligation. That's why he won the presidency. That's why he came to the presidency. It is an obligation. It is his responsibility. Today, they do not want the people to say the same. And the people ought to say, Bouaka is not rendering anybody favor. Just as President Weah took the oath of office to deliver, so President Bouaka took the oath of office to deliver. He's not rendering service. Nobody absolutely should think that Bouaka is rendering service. It's foolhardy mental lowness for Unity Party, and that is not politics. No, that is not politics. You cannot say 6 years CDC did not fix the road to Grand Gila. Bouaka has rehabilitated or built road, so CDC going there. So what can you say of those roads that George Weah government rehabilitated, built, that Unity Party people used then and still using today? When we tell you people that Unity Party people low mentally when it comes to reasoning, they're too petty, they're tiny. Yesterday I used a word, and let me use it again, tiny, T-I-N-Y. It means mentally small. It means one's inability to reason well, to figure out. And that comes from acting like you're reasoning well, but you're not. Where sometimes when people say, oh, you're acting or you're putting out signs of dementia. One person, one institution, one government cannot build this country. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and all of those people, Joseph Yeman Boakai was with her as understudy for 12 years. Nothing they got to show in this country. Nothing, absolutely nothing significant. Nothing. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf cannot brag. A couple of days ago, she was on the radio. What did she say? She said, oh, her project, delayed project, is why delay this, delay that. It didn't make sense. So Unity Party people came, oh, that Ellen project, we are claiming to be a project. Did we claim Ellen's project? We are never ever claim anything of Ellen called Ellen project. We are completed what he saw because government is continuing it, and we are brought his own innovation and creativity and vision. That what gave Liberia a different outlook. All that you see today, you see how people are building. You see the kind of structures they are putting out, where they came from. George Weah's innovation, George Weah exposure. Today, the houses that you see today, the styles, you ever saw it in Ellen government 12 years? You ever saw it? Those stars, the different. You see the houses around the stars? You see the people, what the people using now? You saw those things 12 years? No. Who brought those stars into the country? The exposure, George Weah. That why it changed the outlook of the country. That's why when you hear the Englishmen say, it changed the metaphysics, meaning the identity, the outlook. Boakai stayed with Ellen 12 years. They did not put a single structure down. George Weah came to power, he put structures down. And they still want you to believe that George Weah did nothing. And you have to start listening to that nonsense, that crap, that jumbo gibberish. Because they have nothing else to say. So they think that they can bully you with the expression, George Weah did nothing. George Weah did nothing. George Weah messed the country up. George Weah. The George Weah inherit having from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. When they say George Weah messed the country up, that's what you need to tell them. How was Liberia that George Weah messed it up? What kind of Liberia did he take from Ellen? Did we have roads all over the place? Did we have structures all over the place and every other thing intact? Certainly not. Except that you weren't in this country to see Ellen's regime. That when these shameless people are talking, we know, we've been here, we saw it. Today, they say the men build a road. They poured something up. Listen, the guys are pathological liars. If you are a Unity Party person, feel sorry for your party, feel sorry for yourself, and start crying. And pray yourself out. Pray yourself out. That means you say within yourself, God, I do not know the future, but I'm tired of this Unity Party mess. I'm tired of Unity Party. My party say, George Weah did nothing. George Weah did nothing. George Weah messed the country up. And we're seeing nothing that they're doing. Hence, whatever the future holds for me, I am praying my way out. And you lead me. Pray your way out. Pray your way out of Unity Party. If you are a Unity Party person, listen, you have a dent on you. Just as they would think that we in the opposition, or we who are associated with George Weah, we have dent on us. That's the same way they have dent on us. When we look at them as Unity Party person, we see them as, all right, the same way they look down upon us, the same way we look down upon them. They feel they're better than us. Well, that is their perception. But they aren't better than us. Anybody can feel how he or she wants to feel. Today, they are the ones who are feeding at the crumbs of their own people. Yesterday, they were saying that seditions are feeding on the crumbs of CDC officials. CDC officials are not attending to their people. They're not catering to the people. The guys are enjoying. They're doing all kinds of stuff with the country money. Today, who feeding on the crumbs? They're Unity Party people. Seditions are not feeding on the crumbs of Unity Party people because they know they are in opposition. They can't dare do that, and they will expose them. So they satisfy within their area. They stay within their area. They manage what they have as God provides for them. They're not looking up to government. They're not looking up to government officials. The Unity Party supporters looking up to government, looking up to government officials. At least today, they cannot say, oh, CDC people Ryan 50,000 cars, Ryan 75,000 cars. They were using you yesterday to say those things because they saw you as fools, and you are not fools, but they wanted to use you as the bridge to get to where they are. They are successful. What are they doing to you today? They are not turning to you. Look at the cars they are riding. They are riding the same 50,000 cars. They are riding 75,000 cars. They are corrupting the system all over the place. And Bouaka dare say anything to them because he doesn't have the balls. He doesn't have the guts to say anything to them of anything of a corruption. So the guys are enjoying themselves. The guys are doing whatever they can. They are getting rich by the day. And you there, Unity Party, the Party doing well, the Party doing well. And your life is going down and down and down and down. You better pray yourself out of that place called Unity Party and ask God to give you a life deserving of your existence than to think that you are a supporter of Unity Party. So the people will be in Grand Jide. Listen, Unity Party cannot, in no given way, put Grand Jide against George Weah. They succeeded making fun of Mammy Doe. They brought her on the stage as a clown. They made her to see Bouaka as if Bouaka is a god, that when you see Bouaka, then you have seen heaven. She thought that she was in heaven. At the close of the day, what happened? She became the clown on stage. She became the comedian. They abandoned her. That's what Unity Party is. They will use you to accomplish their aims and abandon you. Unity Party has the core characteristics of Satan. They have the 3 deeds of Satan. Do you know the 3 deeds of Satan? Do you know the 3 deeds? The 3 deeds of Satan, you find it in Unity Party. Destroy, divide. God. Oh, Chief. Well, I'm just imagining some of the things. Look, we see these things every day. We see them. We disguise ourselves. We in their midst. We hearing something. We see something. Those people are very wicked. I'm not saying all of you Unity Party supporters are talking about the officials. Look at the wickedness they're doing to you. You're suffering. You can tell me that your life is okay. I'm not psychologizing you. I'm not playing on you and allowing you to see reason. Because yesterday you were saying seditions were suffering. CDC officials were not looking after the partisans. You were saying it yesterday. Based on what you observe, you were wrong. CDC is out. Your officials are in now. So by logical reasoning, you should be better off than the CDC supporters you were criticizing, because CDC officials, by your reasoning, said they were not taking care of the people they were mean. So by logical reasoning, your people are taking care of you. They are not mean. Ironically, you down. We know y'all. We see some of y'all. We hear y'all. You're begging. Things hard and not easy. But you're ashamed to go to them and ask them. and you're there, make that attempt, because you will walk until you can walk no more. Some of you have given up on them. They're not catering to you. They have no time. They only use you to accomplish their aims. They're riding the 50,000, 75,000, 40,000 cards. They're sending their people to the various supermarkets and the various shawarma area to get the shawarmas and other stuff, enjoying themselves. Food that they were not eating yesterday, they're eating today. While you stay looking for 150, and somebody will give you another 50 to go eat kobo to Lapapido. You stay eating kobo at Lapapido, but you're screaming, see these people, Jawia serving the people. We're suffering on a Jawia. We're suffering on a Jawia. We're suffering. You're not suffering on a Jawia again. You're suffering on a Joseph Yeman Boakai. You're suffering on a Joseph Yeman Boakai. They cannot in any given way put Grand Judah against George Weah. You will see. All of what you see Unity Party doing, they think the goal is, oh Lord, let's strangulate George Weah. Let's break his inner cycle. They are not smart. They don't know politics. They are good at destruction. They don't know politics. Unity Party don't know politics. That's their goal. They break George Weah inner cycle because they are afraid of Weah. They are afraid. Boakai is afraid of George Weah. Joseph Yeman Boakai is afraid of George Weah. You put the two of them on Broad Street. You put the ballot box. Voting. In 35 minutes. They're too long. In 5 minutes, you will see George Weah line from wherever, coming all the way. You will see Boakai line short. You already know how the people fed up with Joseph Yeman Boakai. You already know. Yeah. You have disguised yourselves. You're just listening to people more. In your opposition, don't talk. Listen. Let me tell you one of the ways we do it. Talk less, listen more. In our professional life, our work, we talk less, we disguise ourselves, we listen more. Sometimes we put ourselves in that condition so that we hear more. What that means is our ally Unity Party person support the government doing well. You hear 2 or 3 person what doing well. You hear another person come, I'll bake you, yeah. That man, we thought that he came to be the right person. We went against George Weah. Look at the country now. Look at the country. Look how the country looking. And we start getting more and more. We can disguise ourselves and get in the midst of some of Unity Party officials and they can explain. I'm saying it. They can explain. And some Unity Party officials, they're just in the government to get their money. I told you of the other official when this whole thing started about Fonati Kofa. What did he say? He said that it was wrong. What Boakai was doing was not right at all. And he said that he will not condemn it publicly, but he will condemn it innerly, meaning within his heart. He said it. He said it to us in confidence. He said it was not right. And what did he say? He said the reason he can't condemn it, he can't come publicly to do it, it is wrong. He said, Fonati Kofa, he said, the education that I have today that allowed me to work in Unity Party government. Unity Party in opposition, then the opportunity wasn't there. The opportunity wasn't there. Meaning, you had people who could say, who you could go to and say, I won't go to school. But they would prefer not to do it because you are not carrying some kind of name, or you are not doing certain things, or you are not bending down. The man said the education that he has today, he said the education that I have that allow me to work in Unity Party government, I working in the government. He said the master degree that I get, that Fonati Kofa sent me to school. Man, the man said Fonati Kofa, that Fonati Kofa sent me to school. What I have today, that I can say a government official are riding this car. I see you. So the convention on they cannot stop CDC is going there. CDC is going there. They cannot put the party against the people of Grand Jide. They will be shocked. They will be shocked. They will be shocked. And Grand Jide is willing to receive the Congress of Democratic Change. The officials of Grand Jide, in fact, one county can be for one party. We know that Nima County, no disrespect to them, what they did to Yeke was Yeke. But they cannot do it to the Congress for Democratic Change. The day CDC officials get ready to move into Nima County, let somebody come on and unleash anything. Then their people get on Facebook, their superintendent, I don't know how to call her, I don't know, Mapu or Kopu, come on and be praising the people for doing XYZ as they did. The same way they rude. CDC get people rude more than them. And listen, nobody should think that this country is their personal property. Just as they will exhibit rudeness, any opposition person they attack, that opposition will attack in return. That thing they did to Yeke in Nima County, which was wrong, none of the officials condemn it. When we tell you that United Party is associated with the devil, even said them better. The people, they are wicked to the core. Did you hear any one of the people condemning it? The other ones that know that it was wrong, but because if they came out to condemn it, people are going to lash at them, their own people internally, so they acted like nothing happened. They acted like they didn't see it. Let CDC go in Nima. Then you try that nonsense. That time you will know whether that county there, if for Nima County people, or if for Unity Party people, or if for Jeremiah Kuhn. The time coming close. And you say they play for you, they coming close. You sit down. But we can talk or you sit down. That you did that thing too. CDC going in Grand Jide. We know Grand Jide had always been receptive. The people of Grand Jide, they are receptive people. Hospitality, they are people of hospitality. They have that hospitable nature. They are good people. Grand Jide County, from town to town, historically, our history of this country cannot give us anything negative of the people of Grand Jide County. They cannot. Because history has it that Grand Jide County had been very receptive. Grand Jide County had been open to all tribes, all political parties, all political leaders, just everybody. From 1847 till now, Grand Jide has never, ever said this county belongs to this person or this party. And nobody will take Grand Jide County unique history. Nobody, Unity Party can never take away that distinctive character, unique character of Grand Jide County. You can try the best you can to politicize and tribalize, but we do know the history of Grand Jide County tells us that that county had always been peaceful, had always been receptive. It has a unique, distinctive nature. of welcoming everybody. You saw what happened? Hey, without mommy do something, as a unit about the people that are era. They made fun of that lady. Today, she shamed. She even regretted why she had to go to Boakai. You can never put Grangeda County against CDC. You can never put Grangeda County against George Weah. So it's next month. Please get ready. And lastly, lastly, Mr. President gave an interview, French TV. Just pick up the introduction. Israel and Stephen mentioned the president response to the Guinea stuff. That's not news. That's news for president, but really that Guinea thing, well, nothing of substance in it again. But yeah, what I watched the entire interview last night before going to bed, and I downloaded it and edited it. When I got through the edit, I said, but what's this? This thing is important. Let me discard it. But the introduction, not the introduction, but the question, the guy asked a question. He asked one significant question. I say one because that was significant for me. And I was watching keenly to hear the president's response to that. The second question, which he did not ask, I wanted him to ask that question. Here is that unasked question, then we'll go to the asked question. The unasked question that I wanted him to ask, short. What is your relationship with former President George Weah? Watching the interview, that's what came to mind. But he had his questionnaire. But sometimes, given the atmosphere, you can go off your questionnaire and inject one or two lines. So he didn't ask that question, but he asked about reconciliation. And Mr. President faltered. How can Mr. President say they have reconciliation? Listen to Liberia's president. We had reconciliation. We did this. We did that. God, damn. And his people there, oh, the president did where? The president did where? And all the other man, the president there. That entire interview, well, it's not about eloquence competition. Boakai would sound eloquent, but Boakai blundered in that interview. The first thing Boakai lied, there is no reconciliation in this place. Boakai lied. No reconciliation. The guy asked him about democracy and reconciliation, two distinct questions in one. Just after Unification Day, Boakai sat to take questions and the guy brought in reconciliation. You could tell from Boakai countenance, you could see the guilt in him. You watch that thing over and over, man. It's not you're looking at somebody on the screen, you're excited. When we're watching a given leader on the screen, there are too many things coming to mind. One of them is called situational features. The countenance of the person, the voice, the choice of words, the words the person is using. You know whether the person is telling the truth or the person is lying. Boakai lied on reconciliation over there. The country is heavily divided because he knows, and he has admitted back home, but he felt that he's setting on an international radio. He's been televised. He opted to be careful. They didn't want to give the people truly that, yes, Liberia is divided under Joe Boakai. Liberia is divided under Marine. As president, the country is heavily divided. He didn't want that. He avoided. And if you look at it, he didn't stay little time in that area. Yeah, we did reconciliation, and democracy, and stuff. The day I said that in from Boakai, I think the people would drive me outside. Because I look in your face and say, Mr. President, are you comfortable leading this country divided to the extent that you do not speak to your predecessor? Why the man will lie that I want reconciliation? See your country, the country divided. You go all over the place, you insulting. You say you speak in parable. You calling your own people dogs. The country is going helter-skelter. People, your own people, they're blasting at you, even though they're not saying it out, but they're uncomfortable with you. When you're about to talk, they're holding their breath. That you come in blunder. You can hail Boakai as being eloquent, or he delivered eloquent address. That's how you say, because he's your president. He's your partisan. But you want to be philosophical. You want to go into the words, the phrase, the sentences, the choice of words he used, his countenance. Moreover, you are aware, because you in Liberia. That man who was asking the question, the men are in Liberia. They only hear things, news coming from Liberia going to them. All those questions the men were asking were things that he heard about Liberia. Democracy, bad off, under Joseph Yema Boakai. Who tell you the people don't know? They read the MCC report that Liberia failed in the rule of law under Boakai. That the government is not effective. They both know all of those things. They see that press freedom in this country, freedom of association, freedom of assembly is conditional, determined by the police. They heard the press union of Liberia condemning President Boakai, that press freedom under Boakai is stifled. They know all of these things. These are all key democratic tenets. You think the guy was just asking a question about democracy because it came to him as a word? These are things they heard, and those are professional people like us too. They outline the questions based on the reality they know from Liberia. They rehearse the question and get ready. All of those questions the man was asking Boakai was based on what they've heard, what they're saying. And Boakai, you could tell that Boakai's conscience was not clear. Y'all go back to it. I ain't got time for that border thing. We tired with that border thing. The people tell the line finish. You'll still be talking about border land. Border disputed. The man falter. Y'all go back there. Y'all watch it over and over, yeah? Y'all watch it over and over. Okay. You're listening and watching Real Talk, Kings 88.5, broadcasting from ABC Community, Painesville, the great radio station. Okay. So let's go now. Let's read a few comments, and then that will be doing it for today. But before then, please, let's have a listen, just a few minutes, to President Boakai, Press Secretary Kula Fofana. You know, they're sorry to say they are entertainers. Meaning when the men feeling blundering, then they will come and I think that they are saying something good. They come repeating what he said, what he did, that we all know already. So I beg you, just a few minutes. Let's get few lines from the press secretary. Then we can leave the rest of it to you to have your say. Please, just a few lines, and then that will be doing it.
He was interested to know that there are also a number of Liberians who are in Kenya, that East African country, really working hard to represent themselves, their families, but also the Liberian community. And he was briefed that the community also have a large number of Liberians there. And he also talked to the Liberians about the progress we've made so far, or we're making as a government and country. He commended the Liberians in Kenya for their contributions to what they're doing, their families, the community. He also recognized the important role of the diaspora, especially on remittances and supporting the Liberians' economy. Their colleagues, their friends, their families really see it as an important component. He encouraged them to also remain connected home, remain connected to their roots, but also be able to find investments and opportunities to come back home to support, to build, because he believes that it is only Liberians can build Liberia. It is only Liberians can love Liberia. Only Liberians can really make Liberia what it ought to be, regardless of where you are, who you are, what you look like. He believes that Liberians themselves will build Liberia. In addition, as you know, on yesterday, we all celebrated the National Unification Day, and our president did share a brief message with the Liberian people. And that message focused on unity, peace, patriotism, and shared responsibility. He described Unification Day as a reminder that Liberia's strength lies in collective efforts of all of the Liberian people. It's not just one person, and he believes that Liberians are determined to really strengthen our historical challenges, but do more in bringing peace, but most importantly, lasting peace to our country. He expressed that all he intends to do is to work on expanding opportunities for young people, strengthening public institutions, promoting economic growth, and ensuring equitable distribution of our natural and national resources. As you know, our president has also expressed issues with people. Very recently, he had had a meeting with the officials of the ELWA hospital, and there were some issues there with their employees' employment situation, and he engaged them and worked with the CSA, that is the Civil Service Agency. And we're very happy here, ladies and gentlemen of the press, to announce that since President Boakai, through the Civil Service Agency, oversaw the enrollment of employees of ELWA Hospital into the Government of Liberia's central payroll. In simple terms, the employees at ELWA Hospital are now fully fledged employees, and they're covered under the CSA. That means they will get pay, and we hope and pray that everything that they're working on will, work in the best interest. So we're happy. The president is happy to acknowledge that despite the challenges, the back and forth, now ELWA employees, now they're full-fledged employees of the government of Liberia through the Civil Service Agency. But to be specific, there's a total of 304 ELWA hospital employees have now been successfully processed into the government of Liberia payroll system, with a combined payout of approximately 104,574.36, which is inclusive of the retroactive payment for the month of March 2026. The Civil Service Agency, working alongside the Ministry of Finance, Development Planning, and the Ministry of Health, continues to contribute and to ensure additional administrative processes to
And Ministry of Finance, Development Planning, the press secretary that she rapping. All right. So that's it. That year deviate something, you'll see, they will bring confusion. The hospital management made a mistake. It will haunt them in the future. We can understand they've been going through some difficulties over the time, but I think they had everything within the reach by which they could source funding, establish links here and there to sustain ELWA. Taking that decision to turn it into a government hospital, because it is a government hospital. The press secretary say all of the employees of ELWA, they are now government employees. What that means is the hospital is being supported by government, sustained by government, so it is a government-run, government-managed, government-supported hospital. In the long run, it's going to affect ELWA. They will start to call for XYZ review of that arrangement. Watch it and see. So the president told told Liberians in Kenya, say they must look for investment to come to Liberia. Amen. Joseph Yeman Boaka. Hey, Jojo. But hey. Amen. If our press secretary had certain thing, I will not say, oh, they want here a demeaning, man. So that those Liberians living in Kenya, they should look for investments for Joseph Yema Bwaga and Unity Party. They should look for investment opportunities. They should tell investors to come to Liberia. Amen. And not easy, it's rough. All right. So let's read few of your comments, and then we go to the line, and that will be doing it for today, Friday, the weekend presentation. Joseph, we are right. All Unity Party supporters are useless and shameless, just like Boakai. Kuda Williams said, I wish we, the Liberians, would have the brave mindset like Nigeria or Ghana. But for we, the Liberians, we just love to talk and afraid to move. Right. Tano Samson, anything Boakai. His word, you didn't complete it, please. Kuda Williams again said, isn't the country belong to we the people? Let those UP people go and sit somewhere. Emmanuel Bro, fortunately, the Liberian public already knows that Stanton Waterspoon has confessed that they, members and supporters of Unity Party, did a lot of things against CDC, and that it takes only God to forgive them for the numerous lies they told in the past against the ex-president, Weah, and CDC. Stephen Siam, the greatest lying political party is Unity Party. That's a good one. Good one. Joseph Weah again said, this Unity Party looking for story to run with come 2029. Yeah, they can use Samuel 12. No, that's what they've been doing. That's why they are vexed. Why 12? was acquitted. They wanted to use that. So they called LACC boss and say, look, my man, bring us something against that man. Check your file. Check your file. Bring us something. Edwin Clark Martin said, okay, I will check. After he checked, he said, yeah, but we have something on them. 20.5. He said, good. Try the best you can. This time around, when it goes to court, we will tell the judge what to do. That's it. Let's go now. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is David King, and I join my resident. You see, what United Party won, they will not get it. Mr. Baga is in a coffin already. Mr. Baga can even go on the sea. He come out. Nothing that you will do to be smart in Liberia to go. When the prophet said, Liberia will drink dirty water and they will be happy, so we said, Mr. Andrew, we're drinking dirty water. We're drinking dirty water and Liberia will grateful. So, one guy or president came as a prophecy, and we get it there, we seen it. So let me say to Mr. Baga, all of the lie that you have told the Liberian people, and you continue to tell other people, you will not survive the lie. Because every time you take on a platform that you're supposed to be making sense and reasoning, you always lie. Why would you tell an international journalist that you have reconciliation in the country when the people can see for themselves? They wouldn't ask you because they see that they should ask you. But they know, they themselves know that there's no reconciliation. The country is divided between green and blue. It is clear. So what you think Baga will tell? Baga is a pathological liar. You were born lying and your parents were born lying. Thank you.
Hello, the women's line.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Maya. Yeah, Maya, concern Liberia for Justice. This is my info. Hello?
We're listening to you.
Yeah. You know what I want to say? I want to advise Baga and people to please leave Georgia. Georgia has not done nothing to them. Let them leave them. Let them leave the president, my president Georgia, my black diamond. Let them leave them alone. He is official. They will not humble him. When you go grant there, they will leave him go. They will not humble him. From the country, I don't want talking. So that the only advice I get for Baga and his family. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Yep.
This is Leo Zipika calling from the borough. You know, my brother, I want to ask you, since I'm a tour issue again, and I'm going to come back on tour again.
Yeah, May 19, he goes to the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Office to answer some questions.
So, if they have all those evidence, why don't what we share to those cases so he must be guilty for one or two or those charges on the thing where they get him with a man being quarter to the law for before they want to bring another one again?
So if he had been found guilty from the court, they would not have brought the 20.5 million. They are vexed because the court set him free, so they brought another one.
So the 20.5 million, they have seen rest were all in the country here. They rest here were they went a few years ago to put one of those someone WHO, they get this someone by anybody because they are organization worldwide. So all that time, the men when I really when they get a jacket, why they ought to be spending our money again. If I was 12, I will allow Mr. Andrew, I will sue the government for defamation of character to get some more money from them. So be all right. We know they will leave here alone. Because no, discussing how anything I will not get quarry, will not get like no quarry in the country again. I will not get water, only PS will get. I will not get like only dust is our but that's discussing our who did that what the only person in the country that's going to go. So what yourself about getting 10 minutes and what you say now where you going to go.
They say they want send to jail at all costs.
And I want to say that's where the problem. If that were me, I want to the way they see a question me, therefore I will sue them.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Veteran Bar calling from Johnsonville, concerned Librarian for Justice. Andrew, thank you very much. I got my two talking point to turn the video this afternoon. Grand that topic and Samuel 12. Andrew, the people there is a cartoon scale. Me, I say over and over. Samuel 12 will defeat the people there. They will not get no argument, as you said on the radio. They want something that they will go on, that they will use to now, but they can't make it. I can't forget and teach all the money to go to the lawyer there to turn the pay around. They will not turn it around. We are watching, we are here, our eyes open, and radio station are here to tell us we are not stupid again, that we'll go back to the same thing. Waka will not do anything. Samuel 12 will defeat it. And second, Green Gilead topic is about my people, poor Green Gilead are resolved. My brother, do we talk? The boy Green Gilead are resolved. Our people in the diaspora, they're having a convention through our president going there. The Green Gilead, they are resolved. That the people that brought 15 years, they were watching the Green Gilead, the United government. That time they were in United, they were in rebel. And they brought 15 years, they were war. We told the Grand Gilead, they know. And they know all the guys in Abiyan and Bwaka and Kofi Wooden that they want to do, they killed Joe. So we told the people, let me tell you, Mommy Joe, she regretting now, but she apologize to the president. We the Grand Gilead, we are resolved. 15 years, they were what I fought. The guys in Abiyan, and the mayor, Bwaka, Jeremiah Pia, Joker, then, saying, then, for few who then I told you I put about 50 years old, as I article, they will not reject their own. Say, I will market now come to be next week. You come to see why you never will reject Joseph Bwaka. I don't want to tell you, our daughter from Great in the country, who will reject Joseph Bwaka. President, we are there development for Nima for all the country there. We now have the Great because they are broke for everybody will go Nima, we are related, we are Nima, we are family. We'll go to country, we'll go to the country, and we not say no. When you develop Great Gilead, when you can't go there for it. So Grand Gilead will be the lab. We say we go to Nima and go to Great Gilead. We not pay. The next you all the way you go against it, but you say never you power four. You say when you go pay, just say we president we are pay for that. Make a sample will go for you. We will reject it. Market now today 15th of May. I will tell you after the back. We will reject that man. With the cancer, with the people that brought 15 years, want to find people. We will reject them. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
I'm Jeremiah Ture and I call from Ghana's Field. Thank you for the topic on the discussion. You know, it is so pitiful for someone who claims to be educated, not having any way to prove the education. When Bwaka talks about peace, unity, reconciliation in Liberia, then I can remember that the Pape is not reciting those words, but he actually does not know what they mean. Because everyone is in this country, see what is happening, and yet he continues lying to the world that there is peace, unity, reconciliation, patriotism in his country. So I'm so sorry about that. But let Liberian people really open their eyes to know what to do for the coming elections. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Oh, thank you. Quickly.
Yes.
Thank you. So I call from the HQ6. My name is Lawson. And God stands Agarash's wisdom. So let me say thank you for the discussion. Look, President Bwaka is described as a ferocious wolf. He is of sheep in clothing. Because look, all the things that he accused the past government of doing, this government is absolutely doing 100% because they have already disgraced themselves in the case of Samuel 12. We told it before, we said the issue of Samuel 12 case, they only wanted him to be exempted, that whole attack, they wanted Samuel 12 to go to jail. And now they want a calling to reappear. What sense does it make? You already accused him, and they want to say that they were acquitted, the court said you're acquitted, and now you want to for the man to appear again? What nonsense is this? That's what I'm saying. The people who claim they are intellectual, they are the ones who trying to damage the image of the country. Because some of them, they are very foolish. No, as the president. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Sadu.
Hello.
Hello.
You on the air?
Yeah, my say. Good evening, thank you, Evie. You got it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Papa. Let God be with you. We pray for you. You're teaching off. We pray. And some, what I say, you decay. You devil, you will not see or pay this sense here. And nobody will have him. That's also la. The old castle is far. Castle, why can't I go here? You will not survive. You do your go well. It will be behind you, will be talking. You take part of shame. Without getting nobody deny who outside. Nobody not go on here. Except for he said that. Thank you, Papa.
All right, my best. Have a nice day. Hello.
Let me say that I'm going with my good friend, Andrew.
Good evening, sir. Good afternoon. Anyone?
Thank you. I said, on the Bible estate, yeah, I can look at that is 15 Mosley County. My name is Alexander Obama Putu, Yam City 10. And I said, I said I'm beginning in a listing to your thoughts and analysis been on your platform. I listened to the myth that been said about the presidential press secretary. And after what I've been said about whole, I refer to it as Urufufu. You know, there's a saying that says, do not tell me about craft, but let me see craft in you. Also, there's a saying that says, happy are those that reject the advice of few people. Now, you know, God do everything for the reason of season and even. We said this for the Liberian people turn to the tree. The master slave used to understand the contents of our argument. They went to the bars, that's the Ghana constitution route. They exercise it, but now they are disdain, they are disinterested at the money fund in which they exercise that constitution franchise. But hey, when Baka said, I will destroy the CDC, the content in which that he spoke, it was on the basis that he felt he got way or some way. So it was on the basis. In mind, no matter the condition, the matter circumstances, that's why the Liberian people continue to refer to we are as the developmental encyclopedia of the 21st century. You get what I'm saying? Then,
all right, sir.
It's a pleasure to be on your broadcast at the moment.
Hello. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Lloyd D. Johnson, the Bishop of Loyalty, and I join you from my 4-4 conversation number 11, Quebec community. Hello?
You are on the air, Chief.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion. My man, you just said what I always told people at the tea shop. I said, I think what happened to Yeke. We were going to be on CDC hurricane from the CDC. Neta Nima Kante in the news. Nima Kante in the news. Look, Latina, Yeke will be their last bus stop. Yeke will be their last bus stop. And we watching the government, the thing about work for us in this country, he will get it. If people they will be targeted. We just looking at him with ego and yet we crazy. Then he start fooling in the country, that time you know the difference. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. You are on the air, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the voice of Idrissa, my dear brother, and I represent the Concerned Liberian for Justice. You know, Sam, this is just a sad time for our nation. Because what they ready depending on Sam? I really want to ask here, I want to ask Bwakai, when you ready depending on, in treating our people in this form and manner? I really want to know. Because the old man has violated all of our laws in the country. So I think the old man, the way in proceeding, the man has pushed our country into a democratic malfunction. That's a clear democratic malfunction Boga has pushed our country into. Because you can get a leader who is very narrow in his thought. You only want violent attribute. It's that. You don't do that. You have to respect your country, respect your people. But I know because it means of Sierra Leone mafia. That's why in treating our country in the form of manner. This puppet Joe, same you think like reason why? Because he never or legitimate Liberia. What wrong with black guy? What wrong with this puppet master? We can see how best to do the needful. You can just violating the rule of law. You get the Edward Clark Martin, the common criminal Clark Martin. That means only eat the country money. Only trying to. The guys are looking at our country on an industrial scale. Same. It hurts my soul. When I see how the weaklings in the United Party guys for him to be milking our country resources like this, it can really break my soul. Same. Same is far.
All right, Chief.
But
Thank you.
Nothing they do. Nothing good. Only evil deeds. What kind of useless party is this?
Hello? You went off at the other end, Chief. Let's go this way. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are,
7?
yeah, this is Kings 88.5.
Okay, am I live?
You are live, yes.
Okay, I follow you from Grand Judah County. I'm Mini Andrew.
How is Grand Judah County?
Yeah, thank God Grand Judah is okay.
You're ready to receive CDC next month?
Sure. We are holy and still ready.
Okay. Let's hear for which you call.
Okay. So we want to inform everybody that CDC coming to Grand Judah in 2023 is a homecoming. So that we are prepared and holy to receive CDC from us. The people that politicize everything, that not everywhere you can carry it. With the exception of Grand Judah, don't play with it. It no goes to for CDC. No condition. So we're ready and holy and truly to prepare to receive the CDC.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So well done.
Hello.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yes.
This is Ed Moka, and I'm not a concerned Liberian for justice. You know, Liberia is being looked at as a fair country, and the president, because the president portray himself that way. Even Boga will sit before the international microphone, he will go and lie. They will ask him questions, he will trace it around. He will even be acting as if he want to get vexed because the journalist want to get the answer on a particular question. So that's it. Then I was saying on the sister show, when you talk about unification day, what's important? The president will come and give the good speeches to his people and to the international community that he is reconciling the country, that there is peace here, that there is a fight against corruption here. But the fight against corruption is only targeting one group of people. So when you say, they say, oh, yeah, we're there, you guys didn't do it. Yeah, we agree, we were there, we didn't do it, and we know the reason why we could not focus on everything at the same time. And this is why now, the government is just in complete confusion, because he's targeting everything at the same time. And once you do that, it is difficult for you to be able to move the country forward. Here where we are, some year 12, one man. Okay? After the one corruption case, everybody are asking that would question, everybody are talking their talk. Why?
Then now we're talking about this one. Oh, he will lead inside. He will do this. He will do that. Watch and see. All of the things that are happening in the country, the president don't see it. He's not following it. He don't know it. Or rather, they will go to play with the intelligence of their people. They say that whatever, because for us, we are aware. When the press will go up, he will say different things. They will happen. They will shake the plane. So that control to beat me around here.
Edmonka, did you say the things that are happening, the president don't know about it?
No, I'm saying know about it, but he's playing around it.
But the man is the main mastermind.
Of course. He is. Okay? He is. He is the one that wants it to happen because he wants for what he has said and planned in his mind to come to pass. Okay? Especially when he comes to CDC, he said it, that we must be destroyed. Okay? Even when the breaking down at the headquarters when our president, George, mother, we are encouraging you to keep hope alive. We are going to bounce again. He mentioned it, that this is the plan and this is the quest of Bwaka, that citizens should be destroyed. So everything he doing is to change petition and then official to making sure that the party fall. That's what he doing. But you should rather show that he will fall and we will stand. That's how it is. Because anything that you do all of this for, make sure that you be clear. And God is the one that defends you. So they say it going against it. He see a government. That government here, nothing working, nothing happening. So thank you, man.
All right, Mr. Carr, have a nice day. The women's line. Hello.
Hello, Shen.
Yes.
Hey, I'm happy to catch you. Hey, I'm being concerned for justice for Liberia from West Point. Shen, the people who know what they are. They think what they own to see we are down for. So that all the fighting, and it will not happen that they are down for, it will come on. Because nothing going on in China, they start talking all radio station or passing again. They say foreign minister goes down from Maritime to Port Rat to Russian, see Russian, all I want they talking, they put working, this and that. They think that we just say we are be united together and say with a solution and with a Liberia with joint solution, that would be one to care 2029 to care our party forward. We should not leave there. We will always be informed. But when you see some point, hey, me and I I don't want to be the one because you see your money. I say, matter money, and then coming to come back the second round. Liberia coming to enjoy more than the short time when you do the Liberia enjoy. But now you look at our country, how it looking. When one entire I see the city, then a dump camp. Because we see nothing in the player. We see nothing going on. Come on, super. We see that the 1970 to think from American MCC, how the country will be clean. The country is bad, decade and decade. We don't know what to say. They were putting our president photo on dumper. They say putting there wearing Kushi, they're not working. Now they get there, they're not working. Down here in Otto now, our Bola, we can't get no understanding on it. They posting on it. They big construction on the land. And when you see on Facebook, you will see the Guinea people building. So we are thinking, our country going. So we pray to the citizens, we pray to the Liberians that know you suffer in a man regime, you put your feet down. Then we take them from their 2029, so our country will go forward. Thank you, Papa.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name?
Yeah, I come on, St. Andrew.
You're doing fine.
Jeremiah Lavla calling from Gaza. I just want to respond to that. I know that woman of Boko say Joya with that tomorrow.
The man is stupid, man. The man telling you how his family is cursed.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
So we will start tomorrow morning, soon in the morning.
Hello. Let's go this way. Hello. Hello. You are on the L.
Sorry. How you doing?
I'm fine, though. And you?
Okay. I'm Mimi Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay. I want to say thank you for the show, Mr. Andrew. We appreciate whatsoever you continue to do for us. For the press secretary, we're not dignify her because she got to pay for her money at the end of the month so that she can get her money. So she's working. And people say she's working. But for next month, we are holding a show to prepare for CDC in going to the country. Our program is coming home program. Nobody put for. We'll be happy to receive CDC out there. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a nice day, Chief. Nice weekend. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
That boy calling my whole generation dying today.
Y'all leave that man. Hello. Y'all leave that man. I mean, shouldn't raise morale on your Bay of Vest. Hello.
Hello, sir. You always tell me over. I want to be my point.
Yeah, you on the air now. Do it.
Yeah. I tell God, thank you for you, over. The people you always say party, la party there. People they are double representative on F. People everything about it is evil. Nothing good about the people. They just group themselves, satanic people, demonic people, evil people. They just group themselves together. They say the party. See how our country going on. No hate, no taste. Nothing we can see. Or everyone will eat. No water to drink. Everything else scatter. So you can say, Joe, yeah, less better. And hey, so I think so you to tell us, Joe, yeah, feed better than the back. Hey, because they hate like they choose to they see how they will hate BFC. Tell them all they hate chicken. Nothing they ought to do. Just to lie. Lie, everything about them, lie. They can lie. Devil children, all with punishing. But I want to find out what saying, Jay. I think I'll come and go in jail. Here, the entire cabinet, because they are the best role. He accept 10 million offer. He saying, when I know that about it, he will bribe 10 paper. So, I got the best role. And you're looking for role. He the best role here, people. So, he must carry a set to the court, let the judge and let the prosecute the money senator alone. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
This is St. Andrew.
Yes, yes, this is St. Andrews.
Oh, okay. I enjoy calling from Lockington. St. Andrew, the Ochena will be responding to the people. The child say our president will die, whether that child or didn't. So the 2029 we're all praying for you. When I reach that 2029, you know when we die. That one I get.
All right. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Hotel and I call from Basso County.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you, Othello from Grand Bassa County.
Okay. Because so you see, I've been monitoring and I got to understand that they have lost track. Complete track, because during that 2023 campaign, they continue to say that the CDC administration was corrupt. Everybody that said the administration was actually corrupt, they were saying that Senator were moving with back of money in Ghana, Mango. They can't prove it. They can't bring a case of 16 billion. They can't bring a case of 25 million mop of SSI. So today now, they believe that they can entrust Senator in any form and manner. No, there is complete shame on the issue of the people, because you raise the expectation of the Liberian people that these people were corrupt. So nothing else you get to hold on. Well, a lot of people have lost confidence in the Unity Party for lying to them. They say, no, but they told us that the people were corrupt. Why now Samuel Tuwe is free? Samuel Tuwe is the center of discussion. Why is Samuel Tuwe free? Because he led the entire administration on his head, and he never led up the whole. They're happy. So one more about a left way like asset recovery thing. What can you do to Samuel Tuwe? Nothing you can do to Samuel Tuwe. No one the asset recovery thing have brought down guilty on the basis of corruption or corrupt activities.
So the only run with it all over the place, go to government corrupt. Also a lot of corrupt activity taking place around the country. When you look at the government, you say only people should stand for country development fund, use it without the intervention of lawmakers. That is absolutely wrong. It's a form of corruption. And we'll get to the nitty-gritty of this kind of situation in our country here. By the help of God, we'll get there. Thank you very much, Sir Andrew, for the show and discussion.
All right. Have a nice weekend there in Grand Bassa County. Hello.
Welcome, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. My name is Liba, and you well, Mr. Andrew, I don't know. If they gave Samuel swear that what would get a land back to the land are occupying in local, what would get it back to that?
No, then they will have good campaign message that they go there. If Samuel Twe had been found guilty, Yan Twine, Jefferson, come all the people there, they will not be important. They vex because the judge or the court did not bring down guilty verdict against Twe. They cannot use those guys who have been found guilty as a strong campaign message. Then the people will not believe them.
They follow history too as well, because if you listen to the election in America, when the election was coming, Trump was being judged to vote. So I don't care what they do. God will always be there, because if you try to lie on somebody, who is only there to stand check and get it out. So I'm not common minister. So we're watching to see, but it's just sad for the country. But I can tell them for the issue of Grand Judah, my brother. The Grand Judah result, it can go or you cut down. But Mr. Baga, you know the grand people. We're not strange to you. So your people should not be fooled. Not even Grand Judah we accept them. We are people who will be strangers. The whole world knows about it. You are born there. You have your party, but if you see that the Grand Judah will that person, we are that you are. Then you daydreaming. You people are daydreaming. Thank you, Mr. Arthur, for putting me in the time, bro. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
They will come. Who's swearing? Jovia said Jovia will die. She will die in her fire and her family and her whole generation.
That man.
Yeah, or who drinking water that when he takes to drink, he will die. I love my from the faculty. I will die in FDA. That is behind here. I give it to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello, St. Andrew.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, the people have, I'm Patankia Zulu calling from Keita. The people have fought all the way to Indan Samuel to where they can't make it. So they just wasting their time. And Joseph Baka, let him find a place to sit down. Let him find a place to sit down, because he himself he corrupt. Look how since he came to power. See, look at his horse in Riha. He can't talk about all I want there. Let him find a place to go sit down, man. Thank you, Sam Andrew.
All right. Have a nice weekend. Hello.
Welcome, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah. Jefferson never from the Virginia Speaker District number 11. No, Mr. Andrew. The people, when you know the party people, they are seamless. They are diabolical liars. Me use Prince Johnson words. Those people have nothing to tell the citizens. They used to say Joshua was being sustainable. At least Joshua built sustainable. We've seen it. Where are Joseph Newman Burger technology project in the country that we can boast of? Let them tell us today that Mr. Burger has done this, he has done that. We believe that Burger is working. But seamlessly, they are provoking their side, they are provoking the sedition. We will show to them, Fernanda, we are the real people. Georgia is the truth man of the nation. It's a developmental presidency that coming to now. Thank you.
My man, you're enjoying in Barnes video. That is speaker, and not the speaker district, and you're in the speaker district. All right, he gone off. Let's go to the women's line. It's the weekend. Y'all have the rest of the time. When you're finished, we gone. Hello.
Hello. This is Claret Constance. That person was saying Jawia will die, mama, papa will die tomorrow. That's all I gotta say to him.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Hey, you went off, Chief. Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
this is Will Smith, and I call you from ELW Junction. Thank you for the topic under discussion. Like one of the callers said, that it should be the Yeke should be the lab or stuff. See that Samuel 12 case, we are watching it with eagle eye. No, the Samuel 12 is guilty. The entire country will know that yes, Samuel 12 is guilty, and when he deserves to go to jail, you go to jail. But not because somebody just come from the blue sky and say, I don't care what Samuel 12 doing, will go to jail. It will be the day that all the prisoners in Sabi will be free. It will be the day that somebody will not sleep to their horses. We're watching that process. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yep.
You want to say out there?
All right. Let's go with this last one, then we go home. Hello.
So far coming from Douala.
Yep.
Yeah, Samuel 12 case. Joseph, a real test Joseph Boaka to see that it's free Samuel 12. He had a feeling. So he had to call back. Via Joseph Minister talking. You know, man, don't know about the case. Why end? We happy here, you don't know about it. You were down there when the case ends. They brought a different one. That one, when they begin the man already, he already said them what to do. And the lawyer is sending back. I meant to get a best lawyer in Liberia. He get a best lawyer. I was sent by him. That you always get victory. So I know. And Samuel is a landman. Maybe they want him to be surrounded to him, but he can't make it. They made a landman. And also, they better lie on to it. American government will front of them because they better lie on him. You made a rule. First case in it. They bring second case. I know Baka eat that red one is paying. That red sweet, that one is just behind a red case. That red dinner is jail. It's jail, my bro. I send red case, then they come bring down. Bye.
All right, Chief. Thank you. And thank you all for spicing up. You did extremely well. Well, this is how we go home. It is trending. It is all over. It is available for you to see. We're not telling you. We have it. We could put it on the screen, but it's all over, so you will see. All over. We're not talking much. Action speaks for itself. Many action is convincing. When you see, you know that the people on the other side just making big move. Look at City Hall, how terrible, dirty, nasty stink it is under. What they call the man, Siafa, who is the relative to Joseph Yema Boaka's wife. You look at City Hall. They said Jefferson Koji was wearing Gucci tie, Gucci shoes, Gucci kosu. The man at Bluff Boy, he didn't know anything about mayoring. The city was this, the City Hall was that. Jefferson Koji improved that place, turned it into a state of the art. So much so international partners were satisfied, they commended him. People will feel comfortable to go there. It came a time, it was the place that almost every event in this country was being held. Fast forward, City Hall under Unity Party. You go there, you'll see how it is dirty, stink, nasty under Unity Party, man. But they on the street taking marketers from on the street and say they're beautifying the street. When in the man's own house, the man's own office is dirty, stink, nasty. That man, that Unity Party man, he say the mayor. In life, don't hasten to condemn your colleague. Don't hasten. It is against that backdrop that God in heaven himself, who created society and created human being, said, do not judge, do not condemn. Because when you do that, you have your own imperfections. And when your imperfections show, the rest of society will use it against you. It's all over. There's nothing hidden. It's all over. No time now to get it on the screen. We already off. But it's all over. There ain't no secret thing. There's not extra thing. You're everywhere. See, said the whole honor John Farouk Siafa. Dirty, sting, nasty. But yesterday they had all manner of things to say. Awful things against Jefferson Koji, that he wasn't qualified. The man who is best qualified. Imagine under Joseph Yeman Boakai, the man, the most educated man, the most educated president in Liberia history. Joseph Yeman Boakai, with 42 years experience of governance, he appointed a qualified person. I will say it that way because that's what appointment is. Yet, the qualified person cannot show the qualification needed. The outcome is bad. Man. There you go. Thank you. That's all the time we've got, mate. It's 5:30. We out. This is how Real Talk resets for this week to return afresh on next week, Monday. But you can join us this evening at 8 o'clock when Newton Tokpa and the diaspora team with Face the Issues. Until Monday, thank you ever so much for being with us. Catch us tonight at 8 o'clock, Newton Tokpa and the diaspora team. Join us also on Saturday, tomorrow morning, for Kings 88.5 Motivational Talk. This is how we go home.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon.